Welcome everybody. This is LitCon 2021 and you are watching the panel of the children's book and illustrations, and it's called I've Written a Book, What Now? Basically what we're going to be talking about is marketing and promotion of your book once it is published and ready to go. All these advice that you can hear today can actually be used on all genres of books and not just children's books. But I've got three wonderful ladies joining me, and we're going to just go around. If you want to introduce yourself and tell them what you do, or if you're an author, children's book author, what your book is all about. Debbie, do you want to go first, Debbie?
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm Debbie Manber Kupfer. I grew up in London and today somehow ended up in St. Louis, Missouri, right in the middle of the US. I have a lot of different hats. I actually do three different things. I'm an author, I'm an editor, and I also write puzzles for puzzle magazines. So I divide my time between those three things. And then within the author side, I have a YA fantasy saga, Pause, about an Institute of Shapeshifters, and a bunch of children's picture books. I have a couple with me today. This is Adana. This is one of my favorites. This is Adana the Earth Dragon. She's, and I see it's in backwards here, that's how well. She's a sweet little earth dragon who it lives around all the other pretty dragons who are air dragons and water dragons and fire dragons, and she's really plain and she doesn't think that she's much. But one day this big giant comes into the land of the dragons, and she's the only one who can help. She is the only one who has the skills to get rid of him, and all the other dragons come to her. And it, you know.
So you are a published author, and you've done this. Oh gosh, that's from you, Rae?
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
It's okay.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, yeah. So you're a published author, so you've done this before, sales and promotion and everything.
Yeah,
so
I do a lot of sales and promotion.
Okay.
I just want one little shout out on here also to my wonderful illustrator, because I don't draw the pictures. She's wonderful. I found her in the group that you're part of, the Children's Book Illustrator group.
Excellent.
Her name is Tina Vegesari, and she lives in Sri Lanka, and she's absolutely wonderful. She brought my little dragon to life.
Oh, wonderful.
So
I think it's awesome. The group that we have, I'm not pushing down any other groups out there, but I love that we connect authors with illustrators and magic is made. I think that's wonderful. Dr. Kat, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure, absolutely. My name is Kat Cleary. I'm a PhD trained scientist, so I publish under the pseudonym Dr. Kat. And I'm still an aspiring children's author. I'm very excited today because my illustrator and formatter sent me a PDF copy of my very first book. I'm not sure if you can see it okay here. The Adventures of Pierre the Munchkin.
You're a debut author. Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you very much. This book was several years in the making. It's about my cat, Pierre. Actually, we brought him back from Canada, and he's very adorable. He's got little ears, he's got little legs, he loves going outside. We'd walk him out on a leash and he would meet different animals. And so the idea came to me to write a children's book that would allow kids to learn about different animals, what they do, their little talents and skills and tricks that they know how to do. So
that's fabulous.
Yeah, it's a cute little rhyming book. And so, you know, it's almost complete. It's almost out there. Unfortunately, while I was writing the book, Pierre disappeared on one of his outdoor adventures. So the last page of my book is an interactive maze that allows little readers to bring him back home to his real family. But in the book, he gets adopted by wolf cubs.
In real life, have you got your cat back?
I don't have him back.
Oh, I'm so sorry, honey.
Thank you. It's been hard, of course. But writing him into a happy ending has really helped. So, yeah.
Okay, Rae, hi.
Hi, sorry, I muted myself again. So if you're in and listening now, I'm at a horse show, so I'm trying to keep things kind of quiet. I actually live in California. I've been here most of my life. I did have, kind of took a tour and lived in Utah for a while, and then near Seattle, and then came back. I've written 6 books. I have a 7th that is being illustrated as we speak. Two of them are kind of adventures in the mountains. One's an adventure at the beach. And then my main series is Cowgirl Lessons, Cowgirl and the Ghost Horse, and Cowgirl Christmas. And they are about a girl and her lesson horse and all the adventures they have. And those 3 books have won awards, and it's really exciting.
Congratulations.
Thank
Excellent. You. Yeah, everyone, just mute your mic until we call your name, and then we can have some quiet so we don't have any interruptions. That would be great. I'm Karina Kantas, for anyone who doesn't know. I'm a podcaster, I'm a radio host. I run Author Assist, which helps authors with their marketing and promotion. And I run a lot of and manage a lot of groups on Facebook and other platforms. So let's start. Rae, you're a professional. You've done it many times. Debbie, you're a professional, and Kat, you're just coming into the first debut novel, which is so exciting. When you get that in your hands, it's just what an amazing feeling.
Mm-hmm.
We are unfortunately in a difficult place in the world at the moment, and for authors like yourselves who will sell more books being outside, talking face to face with your readers, going to children's schools, doing readings, doing sign-ins, going to conventions and children book conventions. That's how you do your sales. Now, because all that has closed down, it will come back, but now because all that is closed down and we're in a virtual world, many authors are not sure and have never used virtual and social media as much as we need to now. Even the big 5 best-selling authors are going now onto social media when they didn't need to before, because there's no other way of promoting their books. So we're competing with them as well, unfortunately. But let's just start. When it comes to virtual promotion, we're talking about podcasts, Zoom meetings like we're doing now, radio. If you're one of those that don't want to be in front of a camera, then they're ideal for you. When it comes to podcasts and finding places that fit for your book, Facebook is a fantastic place to just go on, search for podcasts, join the groups, look down. They're all advertising their podcasts and what their show's about. And if you find a good fit, contact them. That's the best thing to do. And also Google and Yahoo always comes handy when looking for places like that. Same as radio. There's so many shows out there that are looking for authors to talk about their books, and they're not looking for a fantasy author. They're looking for authors, which includes you as children book authors and fantasy author, Debbie. So again, Yahoo and Google is your friend for that, to look for radio places so you can get on the radio and let people hear about your book and learn who you are. It's all about who you are as the author, as well as the books that you write. Going on from that medium, we have cameras. I mean, you're all in front of a camera now. You all look great. You all look confident. To do that, way we can use cameras now to promote our books is for a new release. We used to have what we call Facebook parties, or if you had a publisher, you would be going outside and doing the real thing. Now it's all virtual. What's taken off on Facebook at the moment are virtual release parties. And that is where you get on camera and you talk about your book and you do a reading, you show your pictures, and maybe you have a contest, maybe you have guest authors coming in to your live event and telling them about their books as well. It can go on for 30 minutes, it can go on for an hour, that's entirely up to you. Live on Facebook, but you can set up an event in advance so that then you can promote it all around and let people know about it, make sure people are there to ask questions and to get some activity and get something going while the event's on. Then you have your readings, narrations. If you don't like reading yourself, you can hire someone to do it. But these videos of small excerpt readings from your book can sell your book if done correctly. YouTube is hot. Videos are hot. So if you have a YouTube channel and you have your book trailer, you have narrations, you have any Zoom videos that you've done can go on there. Any of the virtual release of your book can go on there. So if you have a YouTube channel, use it and promote it as much as you can over all social media platforms, because videos are really hot at the moment. Again, book trailers, you can have them made for you. You can make them yourself so easily using software that's free to download off the internet, and they're so easy to use. And to get someone to create one, you can go over to Fiverr and get a cheap one for $10–15. You could have someone make one. I do trailers myself, $35 plus. But having a trailer, it allows the book to come alive, and it allows the potential reader to see these beautiful illustrations, to see what the story's about, and to just allow your book to be seen on a larger scale than just normal posts on Facebook. Before I go any further, is there any questions or anyone wants to add anything to what I've said so far? Okay. Book awards. Rae, you've won a book awards. Can you speak about what ones you entered and what you won?
So my 3 horse books, I did the whole searching around to see what book award competitions were out there, and when I did that, I found they're horse books. So I found the Equus Film and Arts Festival. It's an international festival where people from all over the world have movies that document or have horses in them, either documentaries or like a romance movie, or and then they also have an art segment and then a literature segment. And so in 2019, I submitted Cowgirl Lessons and Cowgirl Christmas, and they were accepted. And we went to Kentucky for their big festival. And the first one, Cowgirl Lessons, won Best Children's Story. And then Cowgirl Christmas won Best Holiday Story. Oh, and then when I released Cowgirl and the Ghost Horse, I entered that one in the 2020 festival, which unfortunately was online. I mean, great that they still had it, but we did not get to go to Kentucky again. And that one won Best Children's Short Story.
That's fabulous.
There's all kinds of different competitions out there. Some are free, some cost money. And I think, you just have to kind of look at them and make a decision if it's a good fit with your book. Obviously, my books are kind of a niche, so the film festival really works for that. But for instance, Cowgirl and the Ghost Horse is also up for Best Children's Book with the Northern California Publishers and Illustrators Club. So, you know, you just go out there, Google it, in some of these groups, they list them.
Would you say that the book awards have helped in sales?
For the horse books, I think so, because like I said, it's a niche thing. So I try to get to horse shows. Obviously that doesn't happen as much now because of COVID, but and equestrian events. And when they see that, it does help because it provides outside recognition for your book.
Correct. Very good. Well done. Congratulations. I've won awards for my books, not children's books, of course, but there's a reader's favourite, which is free for reviews. And if you get the 5-star review, you then have the opportunity for entering the big competition where you can win a medal and be a star for the night at a beautiful gala. It costs money though. So if you win the 5-star review, then you end up paying to enter the actual big competition. And the free review doesn't happen for everyone, unfortunately, and they can charge what they call a quick 2-week review if you're so desperate and you want to see if you can get this beautiful 5-star stamp on your book, because it has a lot of what's the word I'm looking for now? Everyone sees it, everyone knows it, everyone knows this 5-star silver stamp. So it's very well known. So if you want to get that and your book you've waited a month and it hasn't got a review and they've got back to you, then you can pay to have a quick review done. But whether you get 5 stars or not, if you get 4 stars, unfortunately, you'll get a beautiful editorial review on Facebook, on Goodreads, on Barnes & Noble, but you won't have that little sticker stamp that you can put on your books. There's a new one, Author Shout, which will be starting for next year very soon, and that's very cheap to enter, and that covers all genres. So Author Shout is another one to look for. I personally think that having these awards and medals on the cover sells a book. I think people are looking for that. I think when they see 1, 2, or 3 different beautiful silver, gold, whatever, maybe that will make them look closer into the book to actually click on it and see what the book is about and read reviews and read blurbs and decide whether they want it or not. But I think it certainly helps to go for book awards. And I spoke to someone on my show Behind the Pen a little while ago, and she also entered her children's book, which aren't in a niche really. She entered her children's book into the film festival. And I was like, excuse me, film festival? How do books get awards in film festivals? And now I know it works. There are entries, like Rae said, where you can actually enter children's books or literature books into film festivals. So look that up, because that winning something like that is a big deal, a big deal. Okay, writing contests, another thing. You can enter your books into writing contests. You can enter a short story into a writing contest. Just get in as an entrant and actually being published on their website or in their magazine as even a semi-finalist for this short story gets you noticed, gets who you are noticed, and then that gets them to go and check out your books. So whether it's a children's competition or not, you can enter it, because it's all about you as an author and getting your name out there. So that's another one. How many of you have newsletters? Rae, no newsletter? No. Can you hear me, Rae? Are you there? Oh, you froze for a minute. Do you have a newsletter?
I'm here. I'm kind of bouncing in and out.
You do, okay. These newsletters are so important for authors now, and the reason for this is the one word, two barrel, cross promotion. How many of you do cross promotion with other authors? Just
Yes.
one. Okay, now this is why you need to do it, and this is what gives you sales. I can guarantee I get sales on every newsletter I do through cross promotion. You've got, say, 500 subscribers, and you are going to put someone else's children's book in your newsletter, and they have 500 subscribers, and they're going to put your book in their newsletter with 500 subscribers. Now, not 500 people are going to click on that email. We have to be realistic here. But say 200 do. 200 people have never heard of you. 200 people have never seen your book. How many of them are going to click on your book and go and see who you are and what you're all about? Your readers are there because that other author writes children's book. Now, if you do 3 cross promotions in each newsletter, we're talking, we're staying now with the 500s, we're talking a potential of 1,500 people seeing your book in 3 different newsletters. Also, you're allowing your readers who know all about you and support you in your books to learn about other authors and about their children's books as well. So you're helping each other, but this guarantees sales more than anything, in my opinion, except for, of course, you being outside and going face to face, which of course we can't do. So newsletters are really important. And the thing about newsletters as well is, unfortunately, every author does them. And so if someone is a subscriber, they're likely to get 10, 20 newsletters a week of authors they've subscribed to. And what makes them click on your newsletter is the subject. You've got to be very crafty. You've got to be very careful how you subject your newsletter to make sure they click on that. Because once the newsletter's open, they're going to read it and they're going to see the cross promotions. And there are many places where you can do these cross promotions if you're not already doing them. Has everyone heard of reader magnets? No? Debbie, no?
I
Rae,
use
reader
Story
magnet?
Origin.
Story Origin is,
Yeah,
they have the reader magnets. Basically, what a
yes,
reader
yeah,
magnet.
Yeah.
What
Oh,
a
I
reader,
see what you mean. Yes, I have a magnet on Story Origin. Yes, I know what you mean.
okay, okay. What a reader magnet does is it entices the person to subscribe to your newsletter.
Mm-hmm.
And you are giving something away free. Now, you're a debut novelist, Kat. I don't expect you to give your book away for free to get subscribers. That's a big no-no. But what you could do is do a short story, get a cheap cover done on Fiverr, or if you're an illustrator yourself, to illustrate your own cover, and you have a reader magnet. And then what you do is you promote this short story, read this short story for free, sign up to my newsletter. You'll be getting all up-to-date news, exclusive giveaways, and whatever you're doing in your newsletter, keep it fresh, of course, keep every month different. But a reader magnet is what gets you subscribers. Now, there's that way of doing it singly by giving them something free as an incentive, but there's also groups where you can group up and they all do children's books. And what happens here is that to take part in that, I've got someone to just admit Liz in. What happens with that is that when you have a group, you're all agreeing to put their promo in your newsletter. And we're talking 20, 30 children's books. That's 20 to 30 newsletters your book is going to be in. That is the biggest cross promotion you can do. Now, I'm not saying people are going to click on that book, but your book is going to be seen. The cover's going to be there, and they have the opportunity to click on it. So cross promotions with groups are huge, and single cross promotions, as long as you have reader magnets and you've got your subscribers. You can do these through Story Origin, as Debbie said, it's fantastic for authors and it's free to join. Prolific Works, no, they won't charge. Prolific Works is another one where you can cross promote and have reader magnets and join cross promotions with groups. And My Book Cave is another one that you can do. I'm in all three and I work with all three. And so you can work with all three. There's no, oh, you can't be with them if you're with me sort of thing. So you've got three chances there of doing different cross promotions with three different websites. Okay, any questions on that, readers magnets and cross promotion and newsletters? No, we're all good? Okay, carry on then. Book clubs. Book clubs are ideal, again, if you're in a niche. We know exactly which sort of book club you'll be looking for and where to find them. Goodreads, fantastic place to find book clubs to introduce yourself. You could be a bit careful with Goodreads because they've been established for so long. They're very, how can I say this without offending them? They're very uppity. So don't go in there and suddenly promote your book and they'll just push you out. You need to get to know people in the group and what have you before you even mention that you're an author. So, but Goodreads is a great place to make sure that you check on your reviews there, because everyone goes to Amazon and looks for reviews and they forget about Goodreads. I've done it so many times. I've got 14 books, so I keep forgetting to go to Goodreads. And it's wonderful to get up there and see this new review that I'd never seen before that wasn't on Amazon. So always check Goodreads and make sure as a debut author, Kat, that your book is listed on Goodreads and you are put up there as an author on Goodreads and you have your own page. That's really important. Okay, you are all professionals in your field. You are all professional authors, and so you have the knowledge to speak if you are inclined to do that, which I'm sure Kat could easily get on stage and talk about her books. You have the knowledge to talk about writing, to talk about children's books, and to do these, of course, we can't go out and do them at the moment, but we can do them virtually. And there are lots of conferences, virtual conferences for authors. And again, you can go onto Google and look for them through Google or Yahoo. And that's another one. When we get back to normality someday, you can then do it, go on to actual conventions and stand on stage and talk in front of the children at schools and what have you about your book, about writing, about your characters. They always want teachers and headmasters, headmistresses, they always want authors to come to their school, and the children are really excited when that happens, but it can still happen virtually. So Google and have a look for virtual author conferences. Okay, and don't think you've got nothing to say, because you're a published author. You've done it once, even if it's only once. You've done it many times. You are professionals in your field, so have that confidence, because you deserve to be up there, and you have the right and the you know what to say. Let's put it that way. Okay, KDP Select. Love and hate relationship with Amazon and KDP Select. How many of you are with KDP Select? Yeah. Are you going to go with Amazon, Kat?
I'm going to publish through Ingram Spark because I want to have a hardback copy. So probably KDP wouldn't be right for me at this time.
So you can actually do both. You know that, don't you?
For the ebook.
For the ebook for KDP and the hardback for Ingram Sparks. There's no overlapping. You can do both.
You can do two paperbacks, actually. Some people like to have an Amazon produced paperback for Amazon because they tend to not want to promote Ingram books on Amazon. So some people, what they will do is do an Amazon KDP paperback through KDP, and make that not, don't do your expanded distribution through them, do your expanded through Ingram. The other thing to mention here is there's a beta of hardback happening now in KDP. Some people already have it, and everyone will have it by the end of the year. So be aware of that. Hardbacks, with picture books, hardbacks are nice, but generally they're not going to be a huge seller. So, you know, just something to think about there.
They are, again, they are more expensive than a paperback, a hardback, but a hardback in your hand reading to your child, the child holding a hardback. I think I would prefer a hardback than the paperback, but they are a little bit more expensive. But yeah, Kat, you can do that as well. So that's something to keep in mind. Rae, you're with KU.
I actually do both. I am with both Ingram Spark and KDP.
Wonderful. And do you go KDB Select?
Some of mine are right now, but
not all the
most
time.
of them are just standard KDP. And
yeah. Okay, wonderful. Debbie, were you going to say something then?
Yeah, I do KDB Select for KU for my YA series because there's a lot of pages, and therefore I make a lot of money on page reads. And I need Select. I need KU for a YA series. I don't do Select for my shorts because you hardly make any money on that. That I do wide for the ebooks too. I go on. I use Draft to Digital to distribute to everywhere for my shorts because you might as well, because you're not really going to make much on Select for a short book.
Here's why children books should be on Select. Now, I get it because I have one of my books that has 70,000 words, which is on Select because it has so many pages. I'm going to keep it on KU, of course. If a Kat, I don't know how much you know about KDB Select, so let me just quickly run through it. Basically, you go wide, which will be everywhere. Barnes and Noble, you go Barnes and Noble, Nook, Kobo, iBooks, Google Play, and then you have Amazon, and you can go Select with them. Now, you can go with, say, we're talking about Kindle books at the moment, ebooks. You can go with Draft to Digital, and they're going to be doing print better soon as well. That's something else to think about. And they then distribute to all these different places for you. You have one link, and this one link takes a reader to a page where they have the choice, big word, choice, to buy where they want to buy and not have an Amazon link stuffed in their faces like everyone does. So that's to go wide, Draft to Digital, one link, books to read, and they have up to 11 different outlets where the reader will have the choice of where they want to buy the ebook. Now, when it comes to KDP Select, this is where you go with just Kindle. Let me just check the time here. How are we doing? Okay, with just Kindle, and you put a pause on your. You don't have to delete them. Just pause your publishing on Draft to Digital and make sure it's not sold anywhere or given away anywhere else, and it's only on Amazon. And what happens there is anyone that reads the book, buys the book through KDP Select, reads the book, you get paid for page reads. Now, again, for a children's book, it's not you're not going to make a lot of money, which Debbie was correct. But what this does is this actually gives you two free promotions. You can either take the 5-day free promotion, which you can split up, which is what I do. I'll do a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in one date, and I'll do another 2 days of Saturday and a Sunday later on. You have 5 days. You can do all 5 days together, or you can split them up. Now, once you click on that KDB Select, you are in that for 90 days rota. There's nothing you can do to get out of it. You're in it, you stay in it until the 90 days are up. But in those 90 days, you've got those 5 free days to use wherever you want. You've also got what they call a countdown, which is if your book was, say, $3.99, you could have your book suddenly go down to $99. And the readers and anyone on the Kindle will see there's like a time limit until the book goes up in price. And so it gives them an incentive to buy it now while it's $99. And you still make money because every sale, you're still getting that money and it's not free. So that works as well. And you can go from straight from your price down to $99, or you can go from $99 to $199, $299. You have a look at the countdown. They'll show you exactly what options you have to use. You can't do both. You either do the 3 days or you do the countdown in that 90-day rota. Once the 90-day rota, if it's worked for you, keep it on. If it hasn't, take it off, go wide again, go back to KDB Select a few months later and do your free book or your countdown again. That way, your readers are getting the best of both worlds and you're finding new readers because of the free book that you are giving away with this 5-day. This can ultimately give you reviews, which every author is gasping for. It also finds you new readers because once you know the date that your book is going to go free, that's when you start contacting all the websites that will promote your free book. Now, there are so many out there that will do this for free. And there are others that charge a little bit, $10, $15 or whatever, to put your book up as a 99 cents or a free book on their website. And you have a date for that. They ask you, what date is your book free? And you tell them and they'll put that up. You could get up to, I don't know, 1,500 downloads on that free book. And first of all, you've just found a new reader. Secondly, you may get reviews. And thirdly, people are seeing your book. You're out there, whether they've clicked on it for free or not. They've seen your cover, they've heard your name. So KDB Select is good in, like I said, it's a love-hate relationship for a lot of authors, but I think if you use it wisely and you know how to use it, it could really work for many, many authors. And again, when your 90 days is up, you can go wide again and give your authors that opportunity to buy your book in all those other different outlets. Let me just check the time. Okay, right. What we got? Facebook groups. Of course, everyone is posting their books in Facebook groups. Now, here's the thing. Facebook and Instagram are together now, as you know. And one rule with them follows the same rule with Instagram. Instagram rules follow with Facebook rules. No one will, it doesn't matter how much you ask them, nobody will give you these rules. Nobody will tell you the magic number. But you can get put in Facebook jail, if you've heard that term, for posting too much, for answering and commenting too much, for sharing too much. No one knows what that magic number is. In my opinion, I mean, I have clients and this is what I do. I go share 3 times, leave it a couple of hours, share another 3 times. That way you're trying to hide under the Facebook algorithm, which is finding, it's looking for certain words, it's looking for certain hashtags, it's looking for how often, it knows how often you're posting and sharing that post. So be very, very careful there. But Facebook groups are amazing places to find new readers and to get sales, as long as you think out of the box, because you don't want to be a sheep and follow the herd. And I'm talking about link, blurb, cover. They don't work anymore. People are just going down the stream of posts looking for something else. You need something that's going to be, first of all, you never put a post on Twitter or Facebook without an image. I don't mean a cover image of your book. It could be an illustration from the book. It could be just a totally different graphic advertising the book. But the more eye-catching it is, the more chance you have of that person stopping there. And when you've got them there, that's when they're going to read your post. Okay, so when it comes to Facebook and Instagram, they have zero policy for follow me posts. Never ever say, here's my Facebook group, put your address down and I'll follow you, you follow me. Here's my Instagram. They have zero policy for that, and you can actually have your account shut down. So anyone listening now, don't go there, don't do that. Instagram, a quick thing on Instagram. Hashtags. People think hashtags are for Twitter and Instagram. They're not. They're for every post on every social media platform, because these hashtags are what gets the person to find your post. So Facebook posts, always use hashtags about what your post is about what your book is about. Of course, it's going to be about your book. What your cover is showing, use that as a hashtag. That you're a writer, that you're a children's book author, all those hashtags, use those. Your limit is 20 about on Instagram and Twitter. I wouldn't go any more than 7 on Facebook, just to be on the safe side of that. So always hashtag on all your posts on all social media. What we get? We've done that, we've done that, we've done that. Instagram, when you use the hashtags to keep your post nice and tidy, because you don't have a limit with Instagram, you can write as much as you like, even put an excerpt of your book in there if you wanted to. Put your hashtags in a comment. So you post the post first, then you go to your comments and you put your hashtags. It keeps the post clean, but it also works. All the hashtags are still working, even if they're in comments. Okay, where are we? Just check the time. Okay, got one more. After you've done your ebook, your hard book, your paperback, you can have next audiobooks. Now you can go with ACX and do a 50-50 royalty, so it doesn't cost you anything. You won't make a lot from your book, but it's out there for those that want it. It just gives them another chance of buying your book in a different format. You've got translation. Why not to have your children's book in Spanish or in French? It opens a marketplace. It gives you new readers, new places to promote your work. Now, I'll tell you quickly before we finish, is Author Central has now changed, if you haven't already noticed. It used to be separate pages, authorcentral.co.uk, authorcentral.com, and you used to have to make sure that every time you changed something, you went there and did it there. Now it's one place only. And on this Author Central, you can post videos, you can post pictures, and you have your bio. And the best thing about what's happened with this new Author Central is that you can have your bio translated into any language you want. So what they're letting you do now is you copy and paste your bio, go to Google Translate, go from English to German, copy that, paste that bio in, copy what they give you, go back to Amazon Central, get that down pasted, and then anyone who goes on to amazon.de for Germany, I think I'm right, will see your bio in German. And you can do that for up to, I think, 12 or 20 languages now. which is amazing because it widens the field. It doesn't just, they don't just go Amazon Italy and see your page and see your books. They actually can read about who you are and what you've done. And another thing about your bio, always list all your books on your bio and let them know you're not a one-trick pony. Let them know that what you're working on next, so they can get excited for what's coming up next. Give them a little bit of insight about who you are, about an author, write down all your books and write down what you're working on next. Gosh, got that all out. Did we do everything? I think we did everything in time. Any questions? Anybody want to add anything?
Sure.
I would just suggest kind of what you're talking about, all those things, but also start really trying to think outside the box in your marketing. One of the things I'm trying to do, my mountain books are specifically to an area in Northern California, and I have them in a little shop up there, a little gift shop, and she's sold like 150, almost 200 copies just during the summer there. But we're trying to put together an art, the paint class things of one of the pictures from the book, and invite the community to come and participate. So looking for ways to still promote the book, even in our COVID times, but that's not a normal thing that you would do. So
out of the box.
Definitely start thinking outside the box.
You've got to. You can't keep following the herd. There's so many people, so much, and they are competition, so much competition out there, and more authors every day joining, and especially now with the COVID, writing more books than they did before, new authors joining. And so, yeah, you've got to think out of the box. You've got to come up with some real good ideas, like you've got the niche and you found that, and that's brilliant, and you've got the horse shows to go to, you've got the magazines that you can contact, tell them about your book. If you haven't got a niche, it doesn't matter, just any post you do, just try not to have it looking like everybody else's. Try to think out of the box, show an excerpt, show a review from a reviewer. It's not your word of mouth then, you see, it's your reviewer. So people are going to listen to reviews more than they will the author, because of course the author is going to rate how amazing their book is, So excerpts, reviews, the book trailers, like I said, videos are hot, posting videos of narrations, all of them are out of the box. They're not following everybody else. And local things, if you can do things locally, even if it's your local newspaper, your local radio, whatever you can do in this time until things get back to normal, and then you can go back out there. But I want you to remember that even when things do go back and you do start going to your conventions again and speaking face to face with the children and what have you, always remember that the virtual media is always going to be here. This platform, this new platform for a lot of authors that didn't know existed, will always be here. So it's good to keep on using it as well as doing your outside work. Debbie, did you want to say something?
Oh, I had all different little things I noted during the way, because we're talking to newer authors. The other thing I really forgot about, and we didn't forget about, of why to publish with KDP, not just, even if you're using Ingram, why you must publish your ebook directly with Kindle with KDP is so that you have the ability to advertise. It's a really big thing we haven't talked about, but paying for AMS ads, being able to pay, is something you won't be able to do if you're just on the outside, and it's really important. It doesn't, and it also, don't be scared of it. It doesn't cost as much as it looks. In fact, it's very hard to get Amazon to spend your money, no matter much how you would try.
I would love to know how you're working with them, darling, because Amazon ads have changed their system a few months ago, and their pay by click has gone up nearly double. And
only
it is,
if you do that, only if you actually take their suggestions. I suggest don't take their suggestions. Keep your bids low, especially for picture books. And then just slowly see what works. But the thing is here, the most important thing is you can't use the system unless you
if
have
you're
a
not in
KDB
it,
published
I
book.
can see what you're saying. I
Yeah,
understand
so
what you're
to
saying.
have the ability to use the advertising, you need to have you need to at least do your Kindle book that way, even if you do nothing else. The other thing is to remember that the exclusivity is only for ebooks. You can still have your paperbacks and your
Everywhere,
hardbacks everywhere, even if you make your even if you make your ebooks exclusive with KDB Select.
we're gonna
The
have
other
to.
one more thing I thought about is be careful with the countdown with a picture book. This book I showed at the beginning, A Down of the Earth Dragon, I can't discount this to 99 cents because my delivery on it is so high because of the pictures in it that I don't make anything on a 99 cents on this. So really be careful with that. I made that mistake when I first thing, and I gave away loads of books. Essentially, I gave them away when people were paying money for them, and I gave the money to Amazon. So be really careful. With this, I only do free when it's because this is a longer picture book with a very heavy delivery because of that.
Because when you do it free, though, you're not making anything. But when you do a countdown, at least you're making something.
I'm not making anything for 99 cents when the delivery is higher than the cost.
Okay, but you're giving it a free and not making anything.
No, you're charging 99 cents.
No, I'm talking about the free
countdown.
book. No, I'm talking about the free book with Kindle.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm not. Yes, I do free now for Adana because of that. At the beginning, because I do countdown sales on my YA series all the time, and the 99 cents is nice because I still make 70 cents a book.
Okay.
But
Sorry,
when I try to do it on my picture book, it doesn't work.
We're gonna have to wrap it up, otherwise we're going to be kicked off any minute because someone else is using the room. Do you want to quickly just tell everyone where they can find you and your books? Kate, do you want to go first?
Sure. So my book is coming out in 2 weeks, and you can find me on Facebook as Dr. Cat.
Wonderful. Debbie?
I've got loads of books. Find me on Amazon on my Amazon page, or find me on my website, debbiemanberkupfer.wordpress.com, and everything is on there. All my books, all my puzzles, all my everything.
Awesome. Rae?
You can find me on Amazon. You can find me on Facebook, Rae Rankin Author, or my website, www.raerankin.com. It's RAE. Some people make that mistake, and I'm on Instagram, Rae Rankin Author. So
wonderful.
All over the place.
Thank you. And I'm Karina Kantas, Author Assist. You can find me on Facebook and on Author Assist, kgantasauthorassist@gmail.com if you want a service sheet and prices. And if you want to talk to me about anything, send me a question through Facebook. I'll happily discuss anything with you, stuff that we haven't gone over. And if you want to, Kat, if you need any more answers or questions you have, just get in touch, no problem there. Thank you, ladies, for joining me for the panel. I hope it's been beneficial to at least a little bit for you.
Thank you very much for hosting.
Thank you.
Thank you for organising.
You're welcome. Take care and good luck with your books.
Thank you.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.